Alrighty, looks like we're actually doing it. Alrighty, let's take a look. What are we looking at here? Alright, looks like we're looking at left and right right now. Both teams. One's on the left. I'm gonna just go ahead and say the other one's on the right. Looks like for DeltaFades team, DeltaFades got the captain of the team is gonna be in green over on the left. But starting us top to bottom, we've got Arbiter Sun, who's gonna be the Spanish. Going over one more, we've got GS Jasper, who's the Hindustanis. We've got Delta Fades, team captain, who's going to go ahead and be the Georgians. And then last but not least, we've got Macam Ranger as the other flank going Byzantines. Looking at it from the other side, Daniel Jones' team, we've got Mongolito at the bottom. Looks like he's going to go ahead and go Cumans. Ryan P., who I'm still not too sure who that is going to go ahead and be playing Berbers. Blood Chief is sitting with the Goths. And the flank on the other side, Arbiter Sun, is going to go ahead and play the Spanish. Looks like for the flank matchups, we've got the Spanish versus the Hindustanis. I wouldn't be shocked if the Spanish tries to get the Conquistadors out early with the castle drop. Come Castle Age, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at how much stone he's collecting. See if we can't see an early fight going on between those two players. On the opposite side, we've got Daniel Jones, who is up against Mongolito. Oh, sorry, they're on the same team, LOL. Or are they? Yeah, Daniel Jones is going to be up against Macam Ranger. That kind of sucks for Macam Ranger, though. It's going to be interesting to see what Daniel Jones decides to do. I'd actually be kind of surprised if he castle drops with the Britons. I think he's going to go for more of a booming strat against Macam Ranger. And then his pocket is also the Cumans. So I don't know. I guess the Cuman player could get a lot of cavalry out early castle. Daniel Jones could go ahead, open up the wall for him early castle. And then Mongolito could go in with steps and just raid the living piss out of Macam Ranger and kill him early on. That's probably going to be, yeah, I messed up there. My bad. Where's the betting cactus, amigo? It already closed. Sorry, I thought the game was starting 15 minutes ago. Sadly, I was mistaken a little bit. Gonna go ahead, take a look at the idle times real quick. Probably a big deal on arena games. I've seen a couple players early arena who are all the way up to about a minute of idle time. Looks like right now the highest idle time is 30 seconds from Ryan P., who's gray over here. You've got an impressive 3 seconds from Mongolito, Daniel Jones, 2 seconds also worth noting. 3 seconds from Delta Fades, but the rest of Delta Fades team is looking about 10 seconds or higher. Yeah, I messed up with the breakdown because it's not like usually it splits like straight down the middle, and it's just not the map's not like that right now. So let's see, what time is it? 7 minutes. Looks like Mongolito got housed on accident, but it looks like he's taking care of that right now. And he is up. First one up to Feudal Age. With the Cuman Boom, he's probably going to drop that second TC down right away. Would be kind of interesting if we saw a TC douche from the Cuman player, but probably not a likely scenario. Got to pressure Cumans. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to see that out of Macam Ranger. Delta Fates is the pocket, so he's going to get a lot of support from Delta. However, I mean, you got Daniel Jones, who's going to be, who's the protecting for the Cuman player, so he's going to be a tough cookie to pass. You can say, Bandit, why would you say tough cookie? Nobody says that. My apologies. Ignore it. Blood Chief on the right flank. I think he's about a 1500 sitting behind Arbiter Sun. Arbiter Sun, I think, is somewhere in between. I think he's ranked 60? 70? Definitely going to be a good matchup for Jasper and... Did I goof on this again? Huh. Yeah, I hate the positioning on this map. Alright, Arbiter Sun and GS Jasper against Blood Chief and Ryan P. Not going to be too much happening in Feudal Age. Probably a couple scouts fighting here and there. Other than the Cuman player, trying to see what he's up to. Blood Chief is creeping up on about 30 seconds idle time. Still 3 seconds from DeltaFades, 2 seconds from Daniel Jones. More scout fights, probably just looking for some kind of advantage early on. Scouts can be used to control the relics as well, so sometimes it helps to have more scouts than the other team if you are trying to go ahead and play for relics. It's been interesting though, not every arena game in this tournament people have been going for relics. Sometimes the relics go completely untouched unless you see a Lithuanian player on the field. As one scout's taking place, looks like he's calling in reinforcements to try and even out the odds. Arbiter Sun is the Spanish. And it does look like, no, he's not going for stone yet. Everyone is now in Feudal Age, though. Try to find Arbiter Sun in the blue. Okay, so he is the first one up to Castle Age. He's only going... He's not going too heavy on stone, so I guess, I don't think he's thinking about doing a forward castle on Blood Chief. So I guess that's out of the question. But Blood Chief is going heavy on stone. It does look like he will go ahead and put a forward castle on Arbiter Sun. Still got the little scout fights going on in the middle. Probably just let them chill for a little bit. Yeah, Arbiter does go on stone, but I mean, that's not really... I don't see a castle drop coming out of that. I think he's probably going to go for booming, and then as soon as he accumulates enough stone for the castle, he's going to go ahead and place it and start pumping out those conquistadors. Daniel Jones, on the other hand, Daniel is actually going heavy on stone. He's got 8 people on stone, so we could see a forward castle coming out of him. And that was one of my theories. Daniel Jones going for the castle drop, breaking down the wall, and letting the Cuman boom go ahead and come in with his step lancers and just completely wipe Macam Ranger. He's going to put a lot of pressure on DeltaFades if he does go ahead and decide to do that. A lot of stone coming down from Macam Ranger, though. 10 on stone. 2 more than Daniel Jones, so he actually might be predicting the castle drop, or he wants to go ahead and do a castle for himself. Second TC coming down from Blood Chief. So perhaps not the forward castle that I thought he was going to do. You've got 2 players who are triple TCing. You've got Daniel Jones and you have DeltaFades. Both are team captains, so you'd expect nothing less out of them pumping out villagers this early on. It's probably going to be a huge mistake to let either one of them go ahead and boom. There is actually, I actually got to change the team name. It's DeltaFades and Daniel Jones. But Daniel's team is actually ahead by just north of a 10-ville lead at this point. Which isn't, it's not crazy, a crazy lead, but eventually the villagers and the resources gathered are going to start spiraling out of control at some point. Defensive castle going down for Macam Ranger. 3 TCs now down for GS Jasper. Defensive castle from Blood Chief. Also an interesting move. The only player who's still on 1 TC is going to be Macam Ranger. Macam Ranger with the Byzantines. Still waiting on. Okay, so the Conquistador player, just sitting on, not rushing it. Doesn't want to get those Conquistadors out too early. Looks like we might just have a boom fest. This actually might be one of the first times in the tournament games where every single player decides, hey, we're just gonna boom up, take it, send it to Imp. Maybe all in Huskarls from the Goth player. Where's the Goth player? Blood Chief. Yeah, I mean, if he does get to Imp and he is able to do the Goth spam, that's gonna come in crazy. I think you'd want to see 3 TCs down from him to get that villager count up. And actually, you've got your first player up to Imp, which is Mongolito. Oh no, sorry, he's going up to... Is he going up? No, he's going up to Castle Age. My apologies. I forgot it's going to be a later Castle Age because he's got the Kuman Boom. He is on 51 villagers, though. 46 from Daniel Jones. So Daniel Jones he's going to be able to close the gap that the Kuman player had. On the other side, DeltaFades has 56 villagers, high 30s for the other people on his team. Looks like we got a little conversion going on. This one's go ahead and try to take the scout.
Salve.
I assume Daniel Jones is going for relics, and sure enough, it says somewhere how many relics they have. Oh, it's on the next screen, but Daniel Jones does have 1 relic in the bank as he goes to look for a second one. Really? I think he's the only one going for relics at the moment. No players have clicked up to Imp yet. Pretty, probably most definitely the slowest arena game I have seen so far in this tournament. "22 minutes in, though. 4 TCs going down from Daniel Jones. DeltaFades is already on 4 TCs himself. GS Jasper's getting his 4th down. Bloodsheet, the Goth player, is already on, he's on his 3rd TC now. The Cuman player is still waiting on dropping a 3rd TC. Oh, but he is going ahead and he's going to make his knights. Daniel Jones he is making petards. So it looks like he's going to go ahead, petard open either Macam Ranger or DeltaFades wouldn't be a terrible option at the moment. You could try to take Faith out of the game, or sorry, DeltaFades out of the game. But I mean, he's got 2 fortified churches. So he's going to have a lot of protection. All he's going to have to do is get fletching and possibly bodkin. And he should be pretty protected. But, unfortunately for Macam Ranger, if they do decide to petard into the base, all he has to do is run right around that castle and find all the villager damage. Keep an eye on that, see if we can't figure out when he's about to do that. On the other side, Arbiter finally has a castle down. Looks like he's going He's making petards himself. Looks like he might be looking at doing a push pretty soon. He's got petards and 5 conquistadors in the castle. Does not look like the Goth player. He is getting his barracks down, so he might be able to start spamming out of the 4 barracks. If the petards do make contact against the walls. Still waiting on Daniel Jones to make a move on Macam Ranger. And I guess at the same time to wait for Arbiter to make a move on Blood Chief. Hey, what's up, Zydeco? How's it going? He's actually, he's making a lot of petards. So, what is that? That's 6 petards. Makes me wonder if he's going to do 3 to break open Macam's base, and then he's going to use another 3 to break open Delta's. Or if he's just going straight for DeltaFades. Got a couple camels out for GS Jasper. What I really want to see... Oh, no. It appears they're going straight for DeltaFades. That'd be a good call. DeltaFades is on 100 villagers, while Macam Ranger is only on 54. So about a 50 vill difference between the 2 players. DeltaFades is on the way up. And one player, Macam Ranger, is an imp, though. He's an imp with 54 villagers. Mongolito might be able to catch this castle going up. In fact, he might actually be able to stop it entirely. And actually, he does stop it from going up. So the castle does not go up. He loses about 15 vills in that exchange. And now the petards are going straight for the gate. Looks like Mongolito is going to be able to get in and try to find some damage right now. DeltaFades trying to do a quick wall. He's not able to get it up in time. And the knights and a couple camels are in. Jasper does have camels himself, so he might be able to send some help to DeltaFades before too much damage gets done. DeltaFades trying to get up another castle. Does not look like he's going to be able to get it up. Here come the camels from Jasper. Looks like they took the long way around, but they're finally going in to try to help fend off Mongolito's attack. DeltaFades is up to Imp now. 2 players in Imp from DeltaFades team. 0 players in Imp, but all 4 players are up for Daniel Jones. Does look like the camels are going to be able to chase... Oh, the one camel stopping them from getting out. A lot of little hits getting put on the knights right now by Jasper. The camels are going to be able to make the knights are going to be able to make an escape, though. The vill difference at this point is about 40, though, in favor of Daniel Jones. Yeah, it would have been nice if he had sniped the MTC. It was a close one for sure. Oh, and it looks like... Okay, yeah, no, so Arbiter's son does go ahead and get the petards in, and he's trying to find some damage with those conquistadors. You've got the genitors on the defense for... Who is that? Blood Chief. Not a bad option to try to take out those conquistadors. Conquistadors, though, are probably going to be able to find a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he is walled up inside of the base now. So I do believe Arbiter at some point, whether, you know, hopefully sooner rather than later, but all of those conquistadors should die at some point. Oh man, as the conquistadors just keep on sniping more and more villagers. He is losing them though to the TC fire, which is unfortunate, and I believe that's enough Genitors to be able to clean up all those conquistadors. Yep, sure enough, all the conquistadors go down. Everything is all cleaned up. Daniel Jones' whole team is now in Imperial Age. DeltaFades is still waiting on 2 players, Arbiter Sun and Jasper. Daniel Jones, who has been able to boom this whole game, minus the 6 petards he made. He's looking at 121 villagers, 3 castles in his base. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4 TCs. He is looking at a booming economy. It wouldn't surprise me if he starts just massing military buildings, and then just starts shitting out troops pretty shortly. 3 forward castles from the defensive flank player, as DeltaFades starts trickling in units to mass up in preparation to challenge both Daniel Jones and Mongolito on the other side. Forward castle now coming down from GS Jasper. He's almost in Imperial Age, so he'll be able to start making trebs out of it. I do not believe I've seen Ryan P yet. I've not seen any units from Ryan. He's sitting at 131 villagers. He's made 4 camels and 2 camel archers. Does have a couple of production buildings to start massing units out of. Probably going to keep on going with the camel archers. But I'm still waiting to see what Ryan P decides to do. Game 1. The villager count for both teams is actually pretty much tied up at this point, as Macam Ranger does decide to make the first aggression on his side. It's not necessarily the best choice, as a lot of times I've seen the aggressors get pushed back. But we're about to find out if that works. Looks like DeltaFades is not paying attention right now, as his Minespas are idly standing there, while Daniel Mongolito goes ahead and cleans up all those trebs. You even have a couple of GS Jasper's camels over there that are also just standing idly by. Daniel Jones' longbows are in range at the castle, but the castle should target those knights before the archers. And Daniel Jones is actually letting all his archers get eaten up at the moment. Yeah, that was a lot of resources to blow on just having idle troops right there. You've got the fight going on this side. Daniel Jones's Trev is now in range of the castle. As long as... Oh, looks like no. His other Trev is blocking the gate from going down. They could potentially get inside his base, but it does not look like DeltaFades wants to push that. And actually, GS Jasper is now coming over with his army of camels. Looking at making it a 3v2 on this side. Daniel Jones, surprisingly, what is that? 3, 4, 5 castles? He's got enough stone for 5 castles as he goes ahead and places 2 more. Not quite forward, but more defensive, protecting his military production buildings that he's about to get up. And you got a big fight here. It's probably it's a 2v2 at the moment. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones' archers are going to be blocking the way for Mongolito's units to escape. And there goes one Treb. Probably the second one. Hey, Does anyone else feel like this game's going at a little bit slower speed? I'm not sure why. This happened last time I tried streaming. I thought it was just my capture age was out of date, but my capture age is up to date. Is that a lag? Huh. It wasn't this bad last time. My apologies. I guess that's what happens when it's a 4v4 on my PC. Perhaps, hopefully, this time around. Who was the other one with capture age? DeltaFades. Hopefully, he's able to catch the last couple of games. Yeah, it actually picked up very heavily. Close an application? I don't have any applications running at the moment. But let's get rid of that. Get rid of that. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened. The only difference this time is I plugged my PC into the router itself, so... Either way, I'll take a look after this game, so... Looks like Jasper is making 2 forward castles, one on Blood Chief, one on Ryan P, who it looks like Ryan P finally has units moving to the forward. He's got 23 Genitors, it's 7 Camel Archers, 4 Camels. He's got a little bit of an AI army, but it should be able to help out the Goth player. Probably got, yeah, I could have gotten a bug from Muttley's Discord. I knew there was a catch to signing up. This looked like so it looks like it's a 2v2 on both sides of the map currently. Both fighting in between each other's base. No one's gotten pushed in yet at the moment. However, Blood Chief is looking like he's outnumbered. He's got a lot of Pokeboys. But Arbiter's Son did realize that and decided to switch over to hand cannons. So the hand cannons should be able to deal with the Pokeboys just fine, but perhaps those Genitors might be too much for them. I suppose you got the Imperial Camel Riders, so they might be fine depending on the micro from both players. Looks like Jasper does bring, he brings 2 BBCs forward. He's trying to break in the walls. He's already broken through right here. Yeah, it's just gonna, I think it's gonna come down to whoever is able to micro better. Does look like some Trebs are taking down Trebs. Looks like Mongolito's units are in trouble right here. He might lose everything as Jasper is actually fighting on both sides of the map right now. Looks like camels are coming out for Ryan P now, as he makes the switch over. I don't think that. I think that's the hand cannons are going to be able to Shrek those though. Does look like DeltaFades might be losing the side as he continually streams in more units, but now Jasper P's units are all dead. Looks like there's about 37 longbowmen. But a constant flood of elite Minesmas from DeltaFades might be able to start pushing him back a little bit, as he needs to be able to snipe those traps. Yeah, I'll probably give that a try after this game. Did they say if the game's over yet or not? Yeah, it's pretty bad. Yeah, my apologies. I'm not sure what happened with this one, and it actually started around like 32 minutes as well. I don't know if Donald wants to. Donald, do you want to take game 2 and 3? Because I don't think restarting my PC is gonna help if it's acting like this. Oh, you know what? It's I'm out here in Wisconsin. It's there's a snowstorm going on right now. I bet you that's got something to do with it. Did I try closing Pornhub? Nah. I've got a lot to download tonight, so that's probably what's going on. Grindr and Pornhub, both of them. You know, it's slow motion. This is actually this is crazy. Like usually it slows down and then speeds up, but that's not happening for this case. This case, it's just everything's moving in slow motion. On the bright side, I can't miss anything. So yeah, I don't know if it's Rex that's doing this. I know Rex did just update, along with the AoE updates, but it could just be that it's a 4v4 arena game. You've got max populations from probably all 4 players at the moment. Oh, and dang, it looks like they're finally able to start caving in. Blood Chief on the right flank. As Blood Chief now appears to have lost most of his military production buildings, he's forced to start building a couple barracks wherever he can. This actually might be the end for Blood Chief. However, on the opposing side, Macam Ranger is about to fall as well, so yeah, I mean, he's still looking strong. The castle's probably about to go down. Yeah, Mongolito and Daniel Jones are probably going to be able to push in Macam Ranger and should be able to start moving on to DeltaFades. But I'm not positive that Ryan P and Blood Chief are going to be able to hold out much longer. Finally seeing some raiding units from Jasper. The scouts should be able to get through and start killing off all the villagers underneath the TCs. He's got two BBCs that should be able to start breaking the TCs. So yeah, I think if they start creating a choke point right here, Blood Chief might lose all his villagers right now. I think he needs to move the hand cannons over by the gate, prevent any villagers from escaping. He's already down to 52 vills, so. On the other side, you've got DeltaFades, who's just massing up an army. I wouldn't be surprised if Delta tries to pull Jasper right now as well after they go ahead and wipe Blood Chief. Try to make it a 3v2, just trying to keep Macam Ranger alive. It doesn't look like Macam Ranger's actually producing any military units right now. He's got 11 skirms and 5 pikes. He's got 12 skirms in the queue and only 13 pikes in the queue. Does Conics like BBCs? Is that what you guys talk about in your little private Discord group? The executives club? Little BBC talk? Uh-oh. Secret spoiled. Guys, stop it. Oh man, the Pokeboys are going to be able to clean up the light cav. So Blood Chief does get away with 25 Vils. Unfortunately, I think they're all... Yeah, all 25 are right here. So if Blood Chief loses all 25 of those Vils, he's not actually able to... He can't escape. Blood Chief is going to be completely wiped out of this game at the moment. Yeah, it looks like Mongolito and Daniel Jones are going to have to completely wipe Macam Ranger now. Try to make it a 3v3. But it looks like, oh, Macam Ranger is actually seeing it coming and pulling out some of his villagers early just so he doesn't completely die. He keeps on walling off. The Trebs, I guess the Trebs did get sniped. Daniel Jones does have another Treb, as it looks like they're switching focus over to DeltaFades. DeltaFades has, what is that? Jesus Christ, he's got 6 Trebs? But, I mean, even if Macam Ranger goes down, at this point, DeltaFades can pull the camels from Jasper. The Hindustani camels from Jasper. But he could also be telling Jasper just to go ahead and wipe out Ryan P, turn it into a 3v2. DeltaFades might be able to hold long enough that that actually happens. It turns into a 3v2, and then slowly they keep on pushing and it turns into a 2v2. Oh, and DeltaFades being a little bit sneaky, dropping 2 castles, 2 forward castles, right in between Mongolito and Ryan P, as both players seem to not have noticed. And those are actually Daniel Jones villagers that are about to get sniped here. Nice play by, there's so much going on the map right now. I bet you nobody just noticed him do it. Very sneaky play, and yeah, sure enough, I think this might be the end for Macam Ranger as he goes ahead and starts pulling out more villagers, leaving his base. Yeah, Delta versus Macam. Yeah, I don't know why it says that. Change it. Oh, change it for you guys real quick. Everyone's got an opinion. Oh, your stream's too slow. Why do you call them BBCs? They're bombard cannons. 16 Vils, 15 still in the queue. The BBCs are going to take down that TC, and unfortunately, Blood Chief is going to have nowhere to run. And sure enough, Jasper does get pulled over to the left side to try to help out dealing with this army. But, I mean, DeltaFades has been doing a great job 1v2ing Daniel and Mongolito this whole game. As long as those camels come over here, that's going to be a huge help with those Municipals. And looks like Macam Ranger goes ahead and he calls a full retreat for his villagers. Still got a couple garrison. He still has 99 villagers, so I mean, he's still in a fine position. He's just going to have to focus more on wood and food at the moment. Yeah, I actually think this is it for Daniel Jones game 1. Oh, do camels pair up against archers, not good. Not good, but the Minespa should be able to clean up those archers once the camels deal with the knights. Yeah, Critter, sometimes even something's better than nothing. Who's that? Who's orange? Oh, Blood Chief. Oh, Blood Chief does... Oh, he does manage to escape. With 4 villagers. Alright, so we're about to see Blood Chief boom like a motherfucker. Not seeing trading from any player. I assume their gold supply is about to start running out. Yeah, the Vil count right now is almost 100 Vil difference between Daniel Jones and DeltaFades. And you still have the sneaky castles from DeltaFades, and I still can't believe he managed to put those up right there. Killed all of Daniel Jones' villagers collecting that gold. Yeah, it looks like Arbiter's Son is now going to start pushing Ryan P. And I think Ryan P is about to fall too. As soon as both those castles go down, they could break into his base, and his base is pretty much completely undefended other than the TCs, so... Daniel Jones and Mongolito are going to have to be able to do a lot of damage right here, and I don't think they're going to be able to. Yep, and sure enough, GG's is called. DeltaFades team does take game 1. CX Bandit never wins. Wow. Figured you were going to show up at some point. Figured. I might go ahead and try to restart my PC real quick, though. Just going to take a look at a couple stats real quick. APMs are always a big one. I'm not sure why. It should show total. 51. Alright, so 51 for Arbiter's Son. Damn, 53 for Ryan P. Ryan P must have been on auto eco. Nah, if it was auto eco, it would have been a lot higher. Oh, that's actually kind of surprising seeing Ryan P with one of the highest APMs. Yeah, I think if you're using auto eco, doesn't it go a lot higher? Yeah, like Arbiter's peak was 700. I assume that meant he flickered auto eco on and off. Huh. Alright, Thug. Let me know, let me know. Be great to get you game 2. I hate just talking to myself. Nah, I'm just kidding, I do it all the time. Mostly talking to the voices in my head, but sometimes even that gets boring. Yep, looks like that's it. DeltaFades takes game 1. I think that was well executed. Yeah, Daniel Jones and Mongolito, they broke in early. They weren't able to get a lot of damage done on Macam Ranger, unfortunately. Then eventually, Blood Chief just caved. I don't think Ryan P sent a lot of military units over to help. He did with that initial raid, but it might have just been the composition from Arbiter's Son and Jasper was just too good of a comp to deal with. And then Jasper was actually sending units over to both sides, and DeltaFades, at some point, Macam Ranger was stopped making troops, and DeltaFades was able to hold off both Daniel Jones and Mongolito. That was very well played by DeltaFades. Very impressed with his Arbiter hacking confirmed. Quite possibly. 700 APM. You never know. Never know. Alright, I assume game 2 is going to kick off shortly. I am probably going to restart my PC just to see if that helps. Oh. Maybe I didn't get the update from Capture Age. Alrighty. Let's go ahead and start it off. Okay, and we're back. Game 1 went ahead and went to DeltaFades. Names flip-flop for this game, don't ask me why. Probably because they changed their numbers up. Either way, Game 1 goes to DeltaFades. Looking at the map again, looks like we've got bottom and top. So we've got Daniel Jones who decides to go flank again with playing as the Malay. Then it goes on to Mongolito in purple with Gujaras. Pocket again for Blood Chief is going to be Ryan as the Franks, and Blood Chief going Portuguese on the other flank. Looking at it from the other side, we've got Arbiter Sun going flank as the Italians, Jasper as the Poles, DeltaFades as the Saracens, and looks like Macam Rangers going flank again as the Slavs. So actually, exact same positioning we saw as the last game. Going to be interesting to see if they decide to switch up their strategies a little bit. See a little bit more castle drops, or, you know, anything else that might make the game a little bit different of an outcome than it was last time. I felt like with the Cuman pocket player from Mongolito, he did a really good job pumping those knights out. Could have just been too late to get the damage they wanted. Either that or just not enough knights. Well, what really kicked him out was Jasper, the other pocket, having those camels ready to show up and help defend the other side flank. So Jasper might have gotten the MVP on keeping Macam alive that game. Daniel Jones does get tricky. He does like to do tower drops. He likes to make the game messy. Predictions. Probably not. Probably not. Actually, I suppose I could. I'll do it for like 5 minutes real quick, though. I just don't know what stage of the game they're in. Wait, nope, that's not what I meant to click. Ugh. Do 5 minutes. Alright, there you go, just for you. The not real CX Bandit. The CX Bandit never wins. There's way too many CX Bandits floating around there. I already have 2 CX Bandit accounts. That'd actually be kind of funny if I made a third and I'm talking to myself. It would not surprise me if it was Muttley, but I don't think Muttley ever watches the tournament games, so I don't think I've ever seen him watch a tournament stream. It's actually dedication to do that. So you had to make a CX Bandit Never Wins Discord account. You had to make one for. You had to make a new Twitch. You're the first CX Bandit, but you forgot your password. I don't think so. I do not think so. Takes 20 seconds to make an account. It's got to be Muttley then. Muttley's the only one who would know that. Nah, Cactus was on earlier. It wasn't Cactus. Also, Cactus would have told me if it was him. Wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked if it was. Oh, Muttley is Cactus? Oh, that's news to me. It's crazy how he can add and drop that Scottish accent like that. Like he's some kind of Hollywood actor. No, I don't know. Whoever it is definitely has way too much time on their hands. So actually, it probably is Muttley. But either way, looks like the first one hits Feudal Age is going to be Daniel Jones as the flank. What time? That was a 9-minute Feudal Age. He's not going for stone, so it doesn't look like he's tower dropping. He went up with 21 villagers. Huh. It's going to be interesting to see what Daniel Jones does decide to go and do. Other than that, pretty standard castle builds from every other player. Everyone else is about to go up, about to hit Feudal Age, or halfway there to Feudal Age, except for Jasper, who has yet to enter it. Okay, he now starts to enter it. Damn, Jones probably pissed after that game. Yeah, I'd be pissed too if they were 1v2ing DeltaFades. I wouldn't be too happy about that either. Can't really blame it on anything though, so. Yeah, I think they just did a really good job pulling over Jasper to come and help with those camels when he did so. Yeah, you think Mackham's gonna get wrecked by 30 minutes? Yeah, I mean Daniel's cooking something up. I don't see what he's doing. I don't know if you guys see, because he had that fast click up. He's not the first one to castle. Blood Chief, his other flank, is the first one to castle age. Only beaten by Arbiter Son, who's the other flank. Arbiter he's got, what is that? He's got 6 on stone. Not really enough for a castle drop. Blood Chief is moving 10 on stone, so he could go for a castle this game. Daniel Jones dropping a market so that he can click up. Still a later castle from Daniel Jones. 31 Vil click up. Mackham this time. 9 on stone. He might do the same thing as last time where he drops a defensive castle. Be interesting to see if he tries to hold out. Same thing that he did last game. DeltaFades last game just went straight for a 3-4 TC boom. And actually, I was mistaken. Last game, both Daniel Jones and Mongolito, they actually skipped over Mackham Ranger because he had 50 villagers while DeltaFades had 100. They skipped over him and went straight for DeltaFades, and it does look like DeltaFades is going for the 3 TC boom again. Very deadly to let him get above 100 vills. Same thing with Daniel Jones, who did a really good job booming last game as well. It actually looks like we're seeing almost identical games to last game. Blood Chief is dropping the second TC, so I don't think he's going to go for a castle drop. Still waiting to see what the other flank Arbiter decides to do. Mackham Ranger is again dropping a defensive castle. The only one who's changed what they're doing is Daniel Jones and Mongolito. But Mongolito did boom last game with the humans. Now he's 3 TC booming. So the only one out of the ordinary is Daniel Jones, who's going for a siege workshop. And a university. Alright. So I wonder if he's gonna, what is that, Mega Null Rush? Definitely a fast imp. He is the melee. 36 villagers. Vill counts are dead even for both teams. Yeah, other than Daniel Jones, it's looking like the exact same game. Although Macam Ranger is, he fast imp last game. Does look like he's dropping a second TC. Yeah, the fact that Daniel Jones is only on one TC does make me think that he's going, he wants to fast imp. He's got no villagers in queue, so he's got to be waiting for that food to click up. Yep, and sure enough, there's the click up time for Daniel Jones. And actually, Mongolito might be clicking up as well. Or he's housed. Second TC coming down from Daniel Jones. Putting a little pressure on with the scout, banging his head against the stone gate. Always good to see. Yeah, nice call, Crimson. I guess the 1 TC should have been a dead giveaway. But as someone who's never fast imped, yeah, I would be unfamiliar with it. Defensive castle now going down for Arbiter Sun. So it looks like same thing on the other side, just booming and booming. And then we're gonna see whoever's got the better push is gonna win, just like what happened last game. Jasper now on his 4th TC, still booming. DeltaFades has yet to build a 4th one. Still 61 villagers, so he's got the Vill lead. Yeah, so just for the record, he is 10... DeltaFades is 10 villagers above anyone else at the moment. Daniel Jones is at 44 vills. He's actually, Daniel Jones is an imp, and he's actually tied with Macam Ranger in vill count. He's actually about to have more vills than Macam Ranger. Daniel Jones is actually, he was tied with Mongolito as well. Interesting. Do Malay get BBC? BBCs are for everyone. But yes, I believe they do. Looks like he's going ahead. He's getting his upgrades for archers at the moment. Crossbow just came in and finished up. Yeah, it looks like a lot of... You can see it on the top right-hand side. A lot of eco upgrades coming in for DeltaFades team. Versus military upgrades coming in for Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is actually the only one who's gotten... It looks like he's gotten his imp armor for infantry. And he's got fletching. The only other person who has fletching on DeltaFades side is actually Arbiter. Castle now coming down from Jasper. Forward houses for Jasper, which is interesting. Guess he just wanted a little sneak peek, to see what Blood Chief was up to. Oh no, he's still got that forward Vill. He wants to be able to see anything coming, actually. Looks like he's going ahead and making another stone wall. Left it open right there, which I don't think he's aware of. Daniel Jones looks like he is now making his push with the BBCs and the archers. The BBCs should be able to range that castle. He's going after that house and the stone mine. For some reason. He should lock onto that castle pretty soon. I am kind of curious where Macam Ranger is sending his villagers. Did he already give up? He already said, fuck it, I'm out. I think he already gave up. He said, nope. He said, not today. Oh my gosh. Oh man, if he goes into Delta's base, Delta's gotta be pissed. Alright, looks like he's going in between Delta and Jasper. Yeah, now he doesn't have a lot of villagers now to repair the castle. He's making another castle with one villager. Holy shit. 2 BVCs are all it took to push a whole player out of his base. He's not even using his archers yet. And there go more villagers. He's sending everyone. I think Daniel Jones just single-handedly wiped a whole player. Macam is an imp though, so I don't think it's going to help because I don't think he's got any resources to start making military units. Because there's his first one. A Boyar. He's got one made, one in the queue. Nah, dude Macam just bent over and let it happen. He said, fuck it. I know it's coming. Yeah, it gives, so Mongolito's just able to completely boom. He's only up to 76 vills. He is an imp. And looks like he's going ahead and putting forward camels. He's got 9 camels on the field, 2 monks, 76 villagers. Ryan P is actually at 115. Daniel Jones is only sitting at 66, and Blood Chief on the other flank is sitting at 90. DeltaFades team is up by about 50 villagers at the moment, but they are going to be down a whole player. Yeah, and Jasper is doing some weird shit on the other side. He's going ahead making a stone wall. He still doesn't realize that he never finished it right here. Could see that come into play if he does decide to continue making the stone wall all across the map. But for now, I guess we're just gonna watch Daniel Jones completely eradicate Macam Ranger. And look at all that wood he's wasted. I'm not gonna do the math, but what's 75 wood times 18? Shit ton of wood just absolutely down the drain. Not to mention all the gold. He's got two gold piles still in the base. $60 wood? Yeah, either way, that's a lot of resources that Daniel Jones is going to be able to capitalize on. And if he does go ahead and take all that stone, that's going to make it even harder for DeltaFades later on. But DeltaFades is up to 122 vills, so he is fully boomed at the moment. Typically don't see him go more vills than that. He's making all his production buildings. And he's got the Mamelukes coming out. But Mongolito's making camels. Daniel's going archers. DeltaFade's gonna have to 1v2 with Mamelukes. And look at that. All those little villagers are about to go down. Yep, and sure enough, Macam Ranger's whole base is now vacant. little bit of fighting going on the other side. Looks like we've got a couple Genoese crossbows trying to take on some knights from... sorry, Genoese crossbows trying to work with knights to take out the couple of knights that Ryan P managed to produce. Ryan P was probably just looking to do a little bit of scouting, try to see what's coming up here. Not lagging as bad this game. Hopefully it stays that way. But yeah, it's interesting. So all of a sudden it's not looking good for Blood Chief. But at the same time, Daniel Jones has completely eradicated one player. As Macam Ranger is down to only 38 villagers. Ooh, got the Portuguese elite organ guns pumping out. And battering rams, huh. Organ guns, of course, are good against mass units. Probably a pretty good choice. Red, though, is accidentally sending a couple bills forward. Organ guns struggling to find that one bill, but finally do. Yeah, you can go ahead and join. I'm sick of talking myself, Thug. It's about time you hopped in here. Ooh! And yeah, no, DeltaFades is actually... I was missing that. DeltaFades is not having a good time up here. He's got to deal with the camels and the archers. Archers are, I believe, are the counter to Mamluks. Because Mamluks Shrek Knights, so found that out the hard way a couple games ago. But DeltaFades is now in a bad position. Yeah, let me go ahead. I think I'm already behind. Let me try to get this up in here. Yeah, it might just be my PC. This should pull up right away. You in here? Yeah, frankly, at this point, Blood Chief doesn't even have to push. All Blood Chief has to do is hold. Blood Chief and Ryan. And oh man, I don't know what Jasper is doing with these stone walls, but these stone walls are getting out of hand. What's up? You rolling up hoo-ha?
The Great Wall of China.
Oh yeah, something like that. Hey, nice to see you, I thought. Took you a little bit. I figured you were going to show up at some point.
Yeah, long class.
Long class. Yeah, what'd you miss out on? I don't know how much you saw Game 1, but Daniel Jones and Mongolito are doing a much better job Game 2 than I saw Game 1.
Yeah, the BBCs are going to be a big problem if they can't get on top of them, but
Yeah,
with those camels behind, yeah, it's going to be a tough push here to stop.
Yeah, I think he's still got his original BVCs up on the field, so.
Maxim's completely.
Oh man. Arbiter though, Arbiter's got, what is that, 6 BBCs on the field, 7 BBCs on the field. He might be able to start pushing into Blood Chief's base, which is going to be an issue for Daniel Jones. Blood Chief just needs to stay alive at this point.
Yeah, if DeltaFades can hold up top, give Macam Ranger enough time to boom back. He is on what, 3 TCs already? 4 TCs he's building, so he's trying to get his bill count back up, and if he can also produce a little bit of military in that time, it can sling him some res, he can at least help defend, so maybe Arbiter can push on the other side.
Yeah, I think it's. I mean, yeah. Someone pointed out in the comments though that DeltaFades is going to have zero support from Macam Ranger, so it's already a 1v2. I think the damage Arbiter is doing on the other side, Arbiter and Jasper, I think it's too little, too late. And sure enough, Mongolito's coming in here to help out, help clean up the Knights, just to keep, just to make sure that Blood Chief stays alive.
A lot of camels there.
Oh, and uh-oh, all the BBCs are able to slowly walk away like nothing happened.
It's gonna slide out of here.
And yeah, we're gonna go over here for a little bit. Let y'all work something out. Those BBCs are gonna be able to one-shot. Oh, look, BBC's on the field for orange. Are we gonna get a little BBC fight going on? Oh, and sure enough, we do. Oh, good hits from the fucking massive BBCs from Arthurson.
Oh wow.
Was able to get both of them.
The game's still close here, though. Honestly, I mean, like I said, Mackham's trying to get back in the game, and Daniel Jones's push is slowed down just a tad bit at the top as well.
Yeah, sorry about
We're gonna
that.
see how it stabilizes out.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard. There's a snowstorm going on in Wisconsin right now, even though it's April. It's been a little bit laggy, but it's doing a lot better this game. Still a couple hiccups here and there, but yeah, Daniel Jones, if Daniel Jones could, I feel like if Mongolito, he's been sending cavalry forward or over to the right side. I feel like if Mongolito took his cavalry he's sending over here, he could just run through DeltaFades base right now. Delta has 17 skirmishers, 44 in the queue. He should be able to get a lot of Vil kills if he just just queues everything straight into Delta's base.
Yeah, I mean, the gate's open here, but I would imagine DeltaFades has got his upgrade, so this push here is going to be kind of hard to stop. I mean, just Skirm alone is not going to get the job done against his Arbs.
Arbs, he's up to, what is that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 BBCs now, and he's actually sniping skirmishers down here at the bottom with the BBCs.
Micro gun.
Could you imagine getting hit with a fucking cannonball half the size of your body? Yeah, Jasper's not even able to send any, like, do any kind of help for Delta at this point. It's actually, I don't know. I gotta say, yeah, Delta's wide open. He's forced to keep making military buildings. He's doing a defensive castle, which the BBC should be able to just snipe right away before he even manages to get it up. I don't know. I think it's looking bad for DeltaFades team right now. The fight.
Delta's slowly pushing him back a little bit, enough to put down a castle. I don't know if I like that castle placement unless he has a strong enough hold there. Because that castle will just go down to one round of PVCs pretty much. So.
Yeah, I wonder if he just put it up there, because he's got no room to make any military production buildings, so I wonder if he placed it just to, like, focus the BBCs on that, and not his military production buildings.
Yeah, but here comes Mongolito back with the camels.
Yep. Should be able to,
What civ is Mongolito here?
Mongolito is the
Yeah,
Gujars.
Camels a hit.
Yeah, those camels. Be able to take out the skirms. All the villagers are dead. Yeah, sure enough, they call it Game 3.
Here we go.
Yeah, I don't know if you missed it in the beginning. I was a little bit confused because Daniel Jones was on 1 TC, but he pretty much kicked Macam Ranger out of it. He just parked 2 BBCs outside of Macam's base, and Macam just said nope. Just started pulling all his villagers out of his base, running away.
Yeah.
BBC into GG. All it took was 2. I mean, I'm kind of afraid of
The
BBCs
Malay.
myself, but
Yeah, I usually stop at 1 to be honest, but um, Malay's uptime bonus there is, I mean, it's super strong on Arena, especially, unfortunately with
Either way, game 3 underway. We are tied 1-1. Let's go ahead and take a look. Daniel Jones is sitting. Where is Daniel Jones? Number 5. All right, right here. All right, let me take a look at him. Tab it out. All right, so it looks like we're top and bottom again. So we've got the flank Daniel Jones who decided to go Dravidians. His pocket again is going to be Mongolito going the Khmer. Ryan P is also pocket again going the Mongols. And then last but not least we have Blood Chief going Vietnamese. Blood Chief is matched up against Arbiter again. I assume Jasper is going to be his pocket. Yeah, sure enough. I think it's the exact same as the first 2 games. But Arbiter decides to go ahead and take the Koreans. His pocket Jasper goes Persians. Green, DeltaFades decides to go Bengalis. And then last but not least, we've got Macam Ranger going Celts.
I do like that Koreans versus Vietnamese matchup. That's going to be nice.
Who is that? Blood Chief versus Arbiter Son?
Yep.
Yeah, I
The
think.
Mongols and Persians behind that. Wow.
Yeah, I think game 1 it came down to Arbiter and Jasper pushed in Blood Chief game 1 and kind of turned the tides. It was pretty much a standstill on the other side. But then game 2, Blood Chief was able to hold the line pretty much and stay alive. While Daniel Jones did what he does good and just started wrecking the other side. So it's going to be interesting to see if Daniel Jones decides to fast imp again. I mean, it worked for him game 2. Do you want to switch up the strategy necessarily?
The Dravidians here can put a lot of pressure early with their wood bonus, so I would like to see him maybe open something, but fast imp, I don't know if it's going to be the way. Khmer behind that is going to be super solid here. So I think it's going to be more of a DJ's going to try to force a little boom game. He may throw some early aggression, but I really doubt he's and he's probably just going to boom here.
Critter thinks he's going boom into elephant archers, so yeah, I got caught off guard with elephant archers in my tournament game. So yeah, definitely a very strong unit. It'll be interesting. Daniel Jones did a great job booming. Again, we saw last game DeltaFades was 3 TCs, and he had a 10 vil lead over anyone else playing the game. But to be fair, Daniel Jones fast imp, so I think Daniel Jones can match his boom. So it's going to be very interesting to see DeltaFades versus Daniel Jones boom this game.
Yep.
But, I mean, I'm still going to keep an eye on the stones, see if anyone's trying to do. We haven't really seen... In fact, we haven't seen any castle drops. The only castles we've seen get placed so far have been defensive castles in early Castle Age.
Yeah, I think as we get further into the tournament as well, you're going to kind of see some of the stronger strategies keep going and some of the weaker ones fall out of the rotation here in the castle drop. Ultimately, I don't think it's always the strongest. I think it's very civ dependent, and even matchup dependent. But a lot of the times we've seen the person who castle drops ends up losing the game still. They may even take out that person, but ultimately can put themselves too far behind economy-wise.
Ranger could be doing somebody mentioned that Macam Ranger was really good with the Romans. So yeah, I guess if he does start pumping out Scorpions, the Scorpions in a lot of the tournament games, Scorpions have been deadly on Arena. So once you get that massive ball, they're so hard to stop. But to be fair, I think it's the same thing with the Khmer Elephants. If you get the Ballista Elephants just massed, I think they're going to be a really hard unit to stop.
Yep. There's a lot of really strong, unique units in this game here, and also just strong civ bonuses. So, or civs, like the Celts are going to be really strong. Like you said, if he can actually get them going.
Yeah, I'm gonna grab a game real
Mongols.
quick. Give me a second.
DeltaFades though is gonna love. Oh man, I can't wait to see some elephant archers there. Idle time doesn't seem to be too high for anyone across the board except Ryan P, which is expected. Actually, Blood Chief in 30 seconds. Wow. Everyone else is pretty manageable. Daniel Jones at 2 seconds. Delta right there behind him at 3, so you kind of expect that from those two.
Oh, you're looking at click-up times?
No, I was just looking at the idle TC time.
Yeah, I've seen a couple players where their Dark Age idle time's been as high as a minute. There were two people in my tournament game. There were one person on each team was over a minute, both Dark Ages. So,
Yikes.
Dravidians have the BBC though, all caps. Oof. I think that is oof. Yikes. I think it's supposed to be lowercase BBC.
Yeah, I don't know which elephant archers are stronger here. Bengalis obviously, they have I think they get they can attack only 20% faster, as well as they take less bonus damage, I'm pretty sure. And then Dravidians only have like a 25% attack speed, which actually is really strong. And then also, if they get it, I think they have the upgrade where it helps them regenerate health, but that's a very late game and in numbers kind of thing. So, which elephant archers are all about the numbers, but it's not huge, I don't think. There we go. We got Mongolito and Arbiter both on the way to Castle Age, followed by DeltaFades coming in. Looks like we do have Jasper looking to play a little feudal aggression, or maybe just feudal age here with the Persians. I'm not sure he's getting Loom. Maybe he just has, because he's housed, maybe he has the economy and he's still going to be going up to Castle Age. But Loom and, yep, there it goes. So he just had the extra food.
Yeah, that's probably what he was looking at. But Mongolito had a really nice click-up time. As soon as he hit Feudal Age, he waited like 3 seconds and then hit Castle Age, so didn't even queue a villager. Little Persian bonus going on right there. He is dropping the market though, so I guess he's either planning on buying or selling something, so it's going to be interesting to see what he decides to use with that.
Yeah, I think it's always still strong to have the market on Arena. You kind of can easily consume one resource over the other. Like right now, he's on 3 gold. I mean, if you're just pure booming, I think 3 on gold is too much. But that's me personally. I think 2 is the perfect range. You can get anything you're going to need for a while, and then you can add another one later. So maybe he's looking to slowly add some aggression, or he could just be off on 1.
Yeah, I meant to take a look at the flanks. I'm not seeing Daniel Jones on stone yet. Mackham is on stone with 7. So he's probably looking at another defensive castle. You've already got a second TC going down from Arbiter, so I don't think we're going to see a castle early.
Yeah, Mackham is really late here also to Castle Age. We went up 29 villagers. That's extremely late. You also have Daniel Jones late, but again, he's got the Dravidian bonus. He's going to hit a big wood bonus here and start dropping some TCs if he's going that route. Can you pop over to Daniel Jones, see what he's...
Yep.
Is he just TCing? Or is he looking to make some...
He's dropping a university, so I think he might be going to it.
Yep. He did go up late, so that explains why he went up late. Whereas Macam Ranger just probably a little bit behind on his build order here. With the defensive castle, it kind of slows your other resource collection down. Some people go heavy on it, some people go slower and then drop more villagers. It looks like he kind of had 6, 7 villagers on it for a long time, so yeah, that'll affect you. Castle going up in a horrible position, honestly. I would have liked it a little bit more forward to get a little off that gold. Just at least at one tile.
Yeah, I mean, it might hinder his gold collection later on in the game, depending on if he switches to auto eco. That's definitely gonna fuck it up. But I think he's been using manual eco, so you also have.
Right now you can tell he's still manual.
Also got a defensive castle from Arbiter. No castle yet for Blood Chief, but he's getting the stone, so he's probably gonna also place a castle somewhere around here. You actually have a 4 TC going down from Mongolito. So Mongolito is planning on booming. Both pockets, 3 TCs, well 4, but...
That's what you want to see from the Khmer player. Again, 1 on gold for him, you know, that's all you need. You don't need any gold consumption really at all when you're just booming. I think just 2 people on gold, so you can, early game, you can buy what you may need to if you're lacking wood or you're lacking food. Just pick that up real quick and it keeps your economy rolling.
Yep, and Badodo just hopped in here. What's up, Badodo? He says no horse collar for Mongolito. Take a look. Oh yeah,
there it is.
Sure enough,
got it now.
Horse collar. Yeah, sometimes I notice with Arena too. Sometimes, yeah, I've seen some people get like horse collar really late, or like they forget to get wheelbarrow. Sometimes with that, like when you start hard booming, you just accidentally forget to like check your, like make sure, double check you got your wood upgrades and your farm upgrades. So
yeah, and he only had a few farms without it, so it's not going to be too impactful. And there we go. We do have Daniel Jones on his way up to Imp, of course. He is going to look to put some aggression again. Got a monastery, 2 monasteries coming down, and a siege workshop.
for which one? Oh, Daniel.
It's a barracks. That's a barracks actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. If he puts those BBCs on that castle again, and Macam does the same thing where he just I don't think he's going to leave his base again. Like, it really fucked him up the first time he decided to do that. So I think he's going to learn from his mistake, and he's not going to do that a second game. Especially if he's on 4 TCs right now. That's going to be catastrophic if he leaves his base early.
I don't know if I necessarily like that TC placement there, but each their own. You already have castle protection on it. Just drop a mining camp. You don't need any more clutter there. Can't even get farms too much around it because the houses, because the gold and everything. I would have liked to see it purely on a wood line in the back. That is going to be his 4th TC, a little bit over.
Yeah, no military production either. So if Daniel Jones pumps those BBCs out again, and then has a little bit protection, Macam's not going to be able to produce, like, he can't drop, 4 military production buildings and start pumping shit out of it. What is that? That's a 5th TC going down.
Yeah, that's a bit much.
That's a 5th TC for Macam. Macam wants to boom. And if he starts getting hit and DeltaFades is forced to go off of his boom to go defend him, that's going to fuck up DeltaFades as well.
Yeah, I think that's a bit much, without even kind of scouting what your opponent is doing. He's seen he's an imp, and he still chose to make a 5th TC. It's kind of wild, to be honest.
He's committed. I like it.
Committed to the boom.
He doesn't back out.
I mean, how many farms does he even have put down so far? Like 18 that? Maybe?
24. He is making another defensive castle though.
Okay.
Bill counts 63. He's got 10 more in the queue. DeltaFades is sitting at 78. Jasper actually outboomed Delta this game. He's at 88 right now. He's got the lead by about 10 on anyone on Daniel Jones' team. And actually, if you look at the team difference, DeltaFades' team is up by 40 bills. And climbing. It's almost 50 now.
Alright, we should start to see some BBCs being made. Yep, 2 in the queue.
Mr. Meeseeks, Daniel Jones fast imp. So, you are technically correct. However, you could have looked at the screen to get that information.
Definitely not respecting Daniel Jones here. It's kind of rough.
Yeah, I mean, BBC's out. He's got the monks. He's actually not. I don't think he's respecting Delta, because Delta's got to be able to boom up. And yeah, if he forces Delta to leave his boom to go help him, it's gonna really hurt. Actually, some war
We do have
wagons coming
Delta
out.
on his way up to Imp here.
Which one?
Delta's on his way up to Imp. So is Macam Ranger actually. See, I think he could have did that still with 1 less TC and had some more res, even 2 less TCs to be honest. So
You see the second stone wall going down for Blood Chief?
yep,
Yeah, I think
that's not horrible to be honest. Go ahead and preemptively start to just wall up. You know you've gotten pushed almost every game. Just play it smart here and try to be defensive. On the other side, their goal is that DJ is going to just run through again, but I think DJ's timing is going to be really rough here. He's not the melee, so he doesn't have any big bonuses there.
Yeah, no, Blood Chief was the deciding factor in both games. So, I mean, Daniel Jones, they might have just had a team meeting afterwards, and Daniel Jones just straight up said, stay alive. So, it's actually kind of unfortunate that Arbiter said, alright, shit, I see your wall, I'm just going to go ahead and attack the pocket then.
That's a good call.
It's a fantastic call. He's probably going to be able to... I don't know how well those take down stone walls, but I'm definitely going to want to keep an eye on that. He's definitely able to range all the buildings right there, so...
Yeah, and he's already got Bodkin as well, so...
Daniel Jones has the hand cannons, 2 BBCs, 3 BBCs, 3 BBCs. He's actually... Okay, now he's going forward with them, so... Yeah, we'll see elephant archers actually coming out for DeltaFades.
Yep, yeah. It's expected with the Bengalis, and it's smart here. He's putting his some production buildings a little bit more forward, so... Where do we have any petards? Yeah, Macam Ranger is making some petards. I'm not sure why. Strange thing.
Perhaps he's going to go ahead and try to petard the BBCs. Actually, what happened to... Where are his BBCs?
We'll let that happen.
There
They're there.
And Jasper actually coming over again. This is what won them the first game, was Jasper came over, and he was actually fighting both sides, but it was 3v1 a lot of times against Daniel Jones and Mongolito.
Oh, he sent them over to Ryan's base.
Yeah, but looks like Daniel Jones, he could convert if he sees him. He doesn't see him. Well, he's not going after... Oh, he wants the
Is
BBC.
your game going slow again? Oh, that's kind of bad. He should have, could have split a little bit there. But I know it's hard to micro.
I think it's fine now. Are you looking at the Xbox?
My game's ahead of where you are, so
Oh, what time
that's
are you?
why. It just looks like your guys are the knights. Like I can really tell in the knights, their movement just seems a little slower.
Yeah. Damn. Well, it looks like the what are those? The war
He
wagons.
gets the knights in here.
War wagons decided to go back on the other side as well. Yeah, the knights are in. Ooh, the knights fucked up. But yeah, on the other side, the war wagons were pushing. They decided to pull off a little bit. Blood Chief is
Really
actually...
halts DJ's push though, which is good for Delta's team here. Because like you pointed out already, they're at now almost 100 vil difference. And a big part of that is DJ's decision to kind of quote-unquote fast imp, so...
Only look at one team during fights? That makes sense. Yeah, it's a little bit difficult with 4v4 to tell the colors apart. That's why I hate when they do the scout battles in the beginning. I'm like quickly trying to check like, alright, whose scout is who? Who's outnumbered here? But the petards come through for Malcolm Ranger, and now the gates are open. Yeah, my game is being a little bit slow again.
Mm-hmm. It looks like you're on rewind. It says, oh, you just did that.
I just paused and unpaused it to try to fix it.
Are you able to click one higher speed, maybe?
Nope.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm like 3 minutes ahead at this point. I'd paused though.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. It's either because Capture Age just updated. I don't think it's Capture
Oh, it's
Age.
fine. It is what it is at this point. Macam Ranger is starting to make the right call here, making some siege. You have a slew of upgrades coming in for both civs here. Heavy camo for Ryan, chemistry. Macam going Halb and unique tech here is going to be really strong if he can get the siege flowing for Daniel Jones to stop. Mongolitos, Khmer, Elephant aren't going to be able to do much against the siege if he can get it going.
Yeah, Jasper is still trickling in on the right side, so I don't know if they want to just 3v2 that side. Arbiter does have the war wagons. I'm not... Now, to be fair, Ryan P has always been a little bit later getting his military out and producing. So, I mean, they could just be one
kinda don't wanna
Arbiter to
see-
hold.
Yeah, but I kind of don't. Yeah, they could be. I mean, that could be their plan. But I don't want to see Jasper spending too much time over here and not kind of on his side there.
This is what he did game one. He's actually splitting up his knights. He's got half on one side, the other half are going to the other.
Yeah, and he's Persian, so this is where you see a lot. Like, I mean, basically all we have on the map is gold units. Like, I don't know. Sometimes people I think are a little bit late to transitioning into some of the two composition armies here.
Yeah, Daniel Jones is still on 2 TCs at the moment too, which actually hurts his villager count a lot. He's at 71. DeltaFades is at 134. So he wasn't able to get the boom. He's probably not gonna be able to produce the military numbers he needs. So if he does end up getting 3v2, I don't even know if I'd count it as a 3v2.
Yeah, and then you have Mongolito on the other side, who hasn't broke 100 bills yet for a while. He hasn't even produced a villager in a while. He's starting to make a lot of army, and he has been for a bit now, but even while doing so, you still need to be trickling in more and more villagers until you're pop capped. So the lack of villagers here, I mean, they're, like you said, they're floating around the 100 mark. They just were at 100 difference, so that's going to catch up to them really quick.
Yeah, DeltaFades up by, it was 80, it's now 70, but yeah. I mean, Daniel Jones, yeah, he can't even, I don't even think he can keep making villagers at this point. I mean, you've got this massive army right outside his gate, you know. The Trebs are starting to come in. The Trebs are going to start taking down, and really all they have to do is protect the Trebs here. Daniel Jones is not able to make anything that he wants. He's only got 8 hand cannons, 5 skirmishers, 1 BBC, and he's not producing anything more. He's pumping out 16 more skirms, but I don't know how much those skirms are going to help.
Yeah, to be honest, Ryan needs to be maybe slinging him a little bit, but it all takes Daniel asking for resources here, just to get him back up to that point. Either make villagers, make a shit ton of skirms, but he needs to keep producing. Camels coming in are just going to get shredded. Um,
Yeah, I don't know about that. Those war wagons are nasty, so. Well, I mean,
exactly.
who is that? That's Blood Chief has Trebs. He's actually got the, what are those? Mangonels? He could take
Yep.
down. Oh, and I don't know why Arb's making a second castle right there. But the Trebs definitely could start putting pressure on it. Lead the wagons over to the Trebs and start Mangonelling those war wagons.
Yeah, and I would say I do like Blood Chief's army composition here. He's got the pikes, he's got the his crossbow, his unique unit coming in, plenty of siege with the two Trebs and Bombard, and then you have you have Arbiter and Jasper just making one unit, pure gold units, and I'm not a big fan of one unit all in, but that's just my play style. And in these fights, having that secondary unit just to take some of the damage can be everything. Can kind of let your gold unit actually shine instead of just wasting. So that push on the other side is kind of halted. So.
And DeltaFades looks like he's going to get 8 Elephant Archer conversions right here.
Oh yeah, he's going to get a bunch of the Khmer Elephants.
I think he got 3. He got at least 2.
Any one is good because it's going to
Yeah.
start taking some of that damage again.
Yeah, did you see, I don't know if you saw Jasper's sneaky castle down here. It's not really doing a lot of damage, but I think that's going to hurt Ryan P. He's on auto eco, so you see the farms outside his wall.
Yikes. Yeah, you can definitely tell.
Yeah, I don't know about
But
that.
again, he's got the camels protecting. I mean, Jasper, if he's just continuing to purely make knights here, are they even cavalier? Like,
What are they? They are. No, I don't think so. But man, if that castle could have gotten a lot of Vil kills if he had fletching, which he does not. He doesn't have. Yeah, he doesn't even have fletching, but he could have ranged. And those villagers, because they're on auto eco, see how they're still making farms? He could have sniped probably like a lot of Ryan P's villagers right there with that one castle. And yeah, I'm not sure why it's been 7 minutes since they massed out armies outside of Daniel Jones' base. They still have yet
done
to
absolutely
push
nothing.
in.
Yeah, it's kind of rough. I think he's sniping the Trebs. I don't believe either of them get BBCs, which is going to be a huge factor in actually making that push faster. Could be
Holy
wrong, but I
shit.
don't think they get BBCs either, the Bengalis.
Yeah, and I mean, it gave Daniel Jones enough time to make 25 skirmishers,
Really
10
much.
more in the queue, 2 BBCs. A lot of conversions going down though for DeltaFades.
BBCs will probably look to snipe some of these Trebs here. Yeah, this is really rough. Macam Ranger just kind of needs to get in that base a little bit, but those BBCs can also push those back. Again, the one army kind of composition would be nice to sprinkle in some light cav or so.
Well, they're finally moving the Trebs forward, which is good. They're going to take down the one castle. The Trebs are going to refocus on Daniel Jones's buildings. They don't really have... Jasper's the only one who's got like a fast unit with the Knights. And he did finally get the upgrades to Cavalier. But he's the only one who can really like run in, and he could start knocking down all of Daniel Jones' skirms.
Exactly.
If he decided to use them.
I mean, the Persian player, this almost 40 minutes in the game, I don't think he even has upgraded light cap yet. It looks like he's going for Paladin now. or Savar. I just don't know. That's a good call. I mean, Savar fucking great, but at the same time, just having a secondary unit would be nice here. I mean, light cap sprinkling in now will just take all these skirms.
Yeah,
Can't let the BBCs
Delta's still
just get
trying to
free
get
range on those scorpions, though.
Delta's still trying to get a lot of conversions on those elephants, so he's keeping the
Oh,
monks
man, this is
alive.
rough.
Monks are healing up the elephant archers after they get the conversions. Yeah.
This is actually really bad for Delta. I mean, he's just getting. Oh, man, Macam needs to control these scorpions a lot better. Just out of position here. They need to be on the front, fighting the elephants. And this elephant mass, I don't know why we're forcing this fight here, but I would have liked it almost to start pushing into Daniel's base. Like, we're just choosing to fight castles that aren't protecting, aren't doing anything at all. Like, it's kind of, in my opinion, unnecessary fight. I think he wants to just get him down so he can halt the production more forward, but
Yeah, I
I've
don't.
already been in his base by now.
Mongolito still loses pretty much all those elephants right there. I think Delta just has so many monks, he's just healing up all his elephants. He's converting the ballista elephants.
Yep, there we go. Those conversions are huge, man. Wow, because then that makes all of them, and then, yeah, you have the fight here. Arbiter's finally pushed back, got the,
I think he's gonna get like another 6. Scorpion's finally moving in. Yeah, I think Daniel Jones might be dead here.
yeah, now we're finally looking in GG territory with the Rams coming in. Mongolito again is just trying to. Alright, he did switch over to light cap. In the Hussar upgrade now, so. But again, it's just too late. I mean, people are trying to force one unit, one gold unit, and it's just not working. I don't know.
I mean, those war wagons for Arbiter's son. He started with a mass. He started massing them up mid castle, and he hasn't lost the mass yet. So he's just kind of holding on his side while they're pushing on the other side. Yeah, if Daniel Jones goes down, it's gonna, and with that elephant army mass, it's gonna turn into a 4v2 really quick. And those ballista elephants aren't cheap, so.
You look at DJ's team, no one on his team is pop capped. Or if you look over at Delta, it looks like Delta himself is. Jasper's close. He's finally switching over to some light cap. I mean, again, we're just 15 minutes late in my opinion, but he's gonna go some camels as well. I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, I think after the ballista
he
ball
spent all
died.
that resources.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
after
he's
the
got
ballista
30.
ball died, he's not going to be able to produce anymore. He's only got 6 on the field, 2 more in the queue. He's just going to have to start making trash to stay alive, and I don't think that he can
and we're
produce.
on one archery range. Kind of went all in on those, thinking they were going to be his Lord and Savior, but fortunately, he's just now getting elite skirm. Like, that's what I think people are missing, is like that whole fight. If he also had elite skirm in there, I mean, he could have actually pushed them back. Yet he was relying on Delta or Daniel to make skirms, even though he's in a dying position. Kind of like, I just don't think Mongolito was kind of aware, maybe, or just the lack of just production there. I mean, none of them were in that fight. Pop cap, so it's like if you're not pop capped, either continue to make villagers, and you do have Daniel making the great migration here, trying to get out of the base as possible, quick as possible with as many bills.
Yeah, I think, yeah, that's GG's. You're not going to be able to stop the elephant archers. This game's going to last as long as it takes those trebs to come in and start taking out the defensive castles and the TCs, frankly. It's still pretty much a standstill on the left side. I mean, Blood Chief did a great job holding this game, so. I mean, Blood Chief's down to, he's got no military. And he's still alive, which is crazy, so. He's got 15 elephants, that's it.
Yeah, they're kind of lacking the siege on that side as well. And when they've had siege, they're not really microing it forward enough. So I think it's just again going to be a slow push from them. This game's probably been over for 45 minutes as well, but we're just probably that far behind.
Jasper just hopped in the comments like a couple minutes ago, so it probably goes on to like 47 minutes. Yeah, I've got it. I don't know why we're going in slow motion, but I'll try to get it figured out. I did it game 1, not game 2, so... But either way, I think it's pretty obvious that DeltaFades takes the win here. Some people in the comments were saying it was an upset too. I guess Daniel Jones was the favorite coming into this game.
Yeah, he's playing with two of his basically teammates, you know, Mongolito and Bloodchief, so you would assume that's a pretty strong team. I mean, you wouldn't want to play them on the ladder, minus Racky, of course, so, but Arbiter's really strong player, and Delta is just showing his strengths as well. Macam Ranger was able to hold at least this game, and you know, I just think Daniel made the wrong call here, and it kind of cost him the game, in my opinion. Fast imping, it wasn't even that fast of an imp, so unfortunately, I think it cost him in the lack of eco.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole time they were down 50 to 60 to 70 to 100 bills at one point. And then after that, I think the closest they got it down to was 70. So that big of a difference for, you know, 30 plus minutes in the game is just a lot to come back from when you actually don't get any damage done with the fast imp.
Yeah, Daniel actually stopped moving his bills now, so I bet you they call it right here. DJ already gave up, so. Man, yeah, Delta doesn't look like he's either just like replenishing those elephant archers, or he's just not losing that many.
The chunky boys, man, they're tough to kill. Especially with the monks are actually falling a little bit behind. They're not healing. I thought they were still healing, but
they walk about the same speed too. So
yeah, I mean, like Bracer coming in at 45 minutes here is just, in my opinion, way too late when you're up against any sort of elephant, or I mean any sort of archer civ. When you're trying to go with skirms, but I think again, just the I don't know what it was, but thinking that just one strong unit can kill here.
Yeah. No, it's unfortunate.
Got the creepy castles coming in from Delta to secure this forward position.
Yeah, Delta's actually got 14 monks. I'd never checked how many he had, but the monks are finally catching up.
Yep.
Forward castle now coming down from Jasper, and yeah, there it is. Everyone's saying GG's.
Faith is strong with those monks there.
Yeah, GG's, game 3 to Delta.
GG's, well.
I kind of noticed that trend too in the tournament when it does, because the games are best of 3. I've noticed that it's been like one team wins. If it does go to 3, the first team wins, then the next team wins, and then the first team who won wins the third game as well.
Critter's asking if you could just do a quick look around at everyone's base real quick, just to see their setup, how they kind of ran their civilization for a moment. And yeah, definitely, you deserve the flowers there, Delta. Good job. Great team win overall, honestly.
Yeah, no problem. You got Bloodchief as the flank. You got Ryan P. Pocket, Mongolito. Then, of course, Daniel Mongolito looking right there. Daniel Jones, who got vacated. Got to pay rent. Macam Ranger over here. DeltaFades. Did he ever get to 5 TCs this game? I don't think so. What is that one? No, he did get to 5 TCs. The fifth one's out here. You got Jasper, 4 TCs, and
Great
then
job by Delta. The
Arbiter.
constant replenishing his wood lines.
Would you say Jasper?
Arbiter's working on it. No, Delta.
Yeah, you don't see any big divots. Then where you do see the wood line getting taken out, you've got the 1, 2, 3
Yep.
lumber camps. So I don't
Good
know if
thing.
that's what he was looking for, but
I mean, then you look at Macam Ranger, who I don't think ever put down another wood line or a lumber camp, so it pays off. Huge.
yeah, Delta Fades.
GG's.
That's gonna be a good game. I don't know who they play next. I guess now I can take a look at the Discord. Was this the
Got up
first?
42 viewers right now, or 42 viewers. Wow.
Yeah, they're waiting on the channel points getting paid out. They're coming. They're coming.
Better run those ads before they get out of here.
I actually took a look at that. I don't know if you saw it on the Discord, but I actually do. It's like half a minute of ads per 60 minutes. So